Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this is Power Positions, a new series but kind of an old idea. I've been doing domination capture spots and lines of sights and things like that since Modern Warfare 2, but I thought with the new release of Modern Warfare 3 I would bring it back and give you guys some of the benefits of me getting the game early so that you can hit the ground running. Going down the map list, this video will take a look at Seatown, Dome, Arcaden, Baccarat, Resistance, Downturn, and Bootleg. There'll be more in the series to look at the rest of the maps, and then I might even fill in the blanks for new things I learn along the way. Let's get this kicked off. I'll start off by saying Infinity Ward seems to have gone out of their way to make sure there are no sneaky capture spots. There is no on top of the trash can favela-like stuff. But I will say most people capture flags like I just did there, standing on the middle of it. Instead, if you slide back here, there's no view of you to the left, there's no view of you to the right. If they can't shoot you from straight ahead, but if they want to shoot you, they have to get their butt right down on you and make that happen. So yeah, you know, it's not really sneaky, but on C, if you stay out of the way, that'll help you a lot. I'm going to put the run in over to B just so you guys see the map. Maybe you don't have much time in it and you need to orient yourself. And Bravo is the same sort of thing. You are vulnerable from that ledge up above. But if you hide behind these things, then you're less likely to get shot from in front of you and capture that flag before you die. You can just defend yourself from the back. Not really a tricky spot, but just general advice. I won't make it that basic going forward. Next up is a power position. So I'm going to walk around so you get to see where you are and orient yourself on the map. I don't know what to call this. I guess we'll call it balcony. And in here you can defend Bravo. And then you also have a nice view of the map from out here, right? Obvious enough. Now, it looks like when you have this spot that you're only vulnerable from two directions. One, just looking at Bravo again. One is that direction right there, and then the other is the stairway, right? So you can like claymore one, watch the other, and you're good to go. But I found this really useful in free-for-all. If you lead with a flash, then you can jump through this window and take the guy out, and they're not expecting it. So yeah, usually once you get the flash in there, they're disoriented. They start watching like the one place they know about, and you can get some work done, get that kill, and then that power position is yours to work up your kill streak. Alright, now we move on to Dome. So I left in some of the running so that you can orient yourself. I know what it's like to see maps for the first time. You wonder, where the heck exactly is he standing? So anyway, Charlie. So when you take Charlie, most of the guys will stand right in the middle, right? And that leaves you totally vulnerable to the spot right behind you, right there, right? So that's a big problem. Now, you can actually cap this flag from either side of these two, I guess I'll call them computer terminals. This one is not my favorite one, although I stood here just to demonstrate how it works, because you can still go in there and get swept, and it's harder to watch the two edges. But if you go to the very back of the room here by the computer terminals, then you can capture Charlie in this spot here. And while it's not easy, I mean, capping flags is dangerous business. You can still get a better view of these three with not quite 180 degrees of exposure, where it's even more than 180 degrees on the other side. Then of course it's just ridiculous in the middle. Plus it's where they expect you to stand. Now over here on Bravo. I like to say Bravo and Charlie. I don't know why, but the announcer says it too. There's my old dead body. So over here on Bravo, you cannot cap it from this side or this side or this side over here, but you can cap it from the front if you want to stand outside. And, this doesn't do a whole lot for you. I guess it gives you a little more cover, and it allows you to be, you can hide like this. It allows you to be in a spot where they might not be looking for you, and that's it. Over on Alpha, there's absolutely nothing to see. There is a power position where you can stand on top of the dome, but, on the dome walkway, but that's so obvious that it's not really a secret spot. So here's Alpha. It's way out in the open, and there's no, you can't do anything from that crate. You're just out of luck. Alright, so here we are on Arcaden, and for Charlie there is nothing. There's a box next to it which gives you a little bit of cover, but there's really nothing to learn from that. Over here on Bravo, the only thing I want to say is right there, on that balcony, that is the spot where you defend Bravo from, that and right in front of me. So if you tuck up here, that means they'll at least have to nade you to get you off of Bravo. They won't be able to shoot you from that spot. And so what can I say? Don't cap Bravo right in the middle because it'll get you killed, and that's that. On the Alpha side, there's a similar type problem in that you're vulnerable from guys with a much better position to win the gunfight than you, right? So if you stand here and lay down next to, stand and lay down, right? And lay down, then you can defend yourself from there. Right there is where you're going to be shot from. In a second, I'm going to show you what that line of sight looks like for defending Alpha. A lot of guys will pop up like I am right here, and they will want to try to win that gunfight with the guy who has really good cover and who's just waiting for you. So that's how I cap Alpha. I hide myself from this guy standing over here, and this is what it looks like. On either side of this wall, one's just as good as the other. You can stand on this couch and get a shot on Alpha. So there, and then I'll look on the other side. right there, right? So they're fairly obvious once you play the game for a little bit, but you need to defend yourself from the guys on the balcony while you cap B, and from the guys in the room when you cap A. Next up is Baccarat. So I checked out every flag. There's really nothing to be noted here. There's some obvious cover, you know, mounds on C-Dom and a truck by B-Dom. But the only thing I wanted to point out here, because it's dangerous to go check it out on your own, is there is a usable mounted gun here where you can defend that. But the way that this map usually plays out, at least in Kill Confirmed, is this is just a total death trap. And if you hop on this gun, you'll die in no time at all. But I thought I'd point it out to you guys because the game's fresh and you probably haven't seen it yet. Hopefully I have more to add on this map in terms of, you know, secret spots that you wouldn't have found on your own before too long, and we'll augment the map tour for this thing. Otherwise, it's just balconies and lines of sight and stuff that you'll quickly see. Next up is Resistance. I think this map might have been called Paris somewhere during the beta phase because I had seen it referred to as that. And here's another map where there aren't any secret spots to cap the domination flags. There is no equivalent of, you know, standing on a trash can or outside the room over on Vacant back in COD 4. But there is one thing. If you tuck behind here, you can get a little more cover than you would have had otherwise and still cap this flag. And then in terms of opening route, at the bottom of these stairs, there are two cars. There are two cars. So if you get the A spawn or the Alpha spawn, and those guys spawn over there by Charlie, see those cars I'm looking at? What happens is they cap that, and then they come running towards Alpha. It happens all the time. Now, nades don't blow up cars immediately like they did in previous games, but what you'll find is guys are down there taking cover behind unexploded cars, and this will often be an easy first blood or even a two-piece right to start off the game. So when this works out right, you have a UAV in your pocket right at the beginning of the game because you've gotten a two-piece with that exploding car, which explodes the truck, and you also have a kill, you can't see my air quotes, towards your streak because you just captured the A flag. So there it is. Some easy kills with those unexploded cars at the bottom, and then the flag itself. Over here, there's a nook on both sides of this thing where you can capture Bravo. Obviously not hidden, but I wanted to talk about the fact that I appreciate Infinity Ward and the way that they have some cover around their flags. Sometimes I felt like in Black Ops Zoo is a great example where you were just bound to die as you tried to cap flags. But if you look at B and C Dom on this, then at least there's a little cover. At least you can, you know, protect yourself as you try to take this flag. And if you want to stop me from taking your flag, then you need to get your butt way over here and handle it. You can't just do it from some elevated roof off in the distance. So anyway, yeah, that's Resistance. I did want to add, and I'm not showing it to you, but there's a spot off to my left where you can jump off this elevated platform where you'd hold B onto a light post, then onto another light post, and stand on like a telephone booth or something. It's completely worthless for multiplayer, so I'm not including it. But I just thought, you know, I'd let you know that there's spots out there. If you want to see completely worthless jump spots out of curiosity, let me know, and then I can include them in future power positions. Next up is Downturn. So there's really nothing interesting in terms of flag cap spots, but in that bus that falls in the middle of the hole, you can jump here and then walk along the edge. Now, in a game like Domination, this will probably get you killed. But in something like Search and Destroy, right past where that statue is, I'm about to throw smoke on, right past her, there is a bomb plant site. So I could totally see, you know, taking that spot, having the advantage, and someone wouldn't expect you to be there. You know, power's knowledge. You can use this thing when it's appropriate, hop on there, and they won't expect to see you, and maybe get that S&D kill that you need to clutch it for your team. So that was Power Positions Part 1. There'll definitely be a Part 2 and 3, and then we'll see how the series is received and how far along we can get this thing. 2 videos you may have missed. The top one, Mail Monday, always awesome. This one, a guy with ejaculation issues. Another one, he asked for a little sex advice. Another guy asked how to deal with his douchebag friends. So we come back on that. And then the bottom one is kind of a special one to me. It is my last Black Ops commentary for quite some time. And it's kind of a farewell. It was a great year. It was a great game. But here we are. Modern Warfare 3 is on. It's time, and we'll get it going on for the new game, for the new year, and I hope you like that video.